All right, and welcome back to episode 060 of the OK Podcast, powered by the Strength Co. I'm your host, Grant Broggi, joined here in studio from the beautiful high desert, also known as 29 Palms, fighting off the Yucca Man. Well, of course, you're not live when you listen to this. This episode will air next Friday, February 21st, which means that Elon Musk will probably have 15 children. Speaking of Elon, the price of Bitcoin is $97,538.93, February 15th, the year of our Lord 2025. I'm joined by Mr. Once a Marine, always a Marine, Captain type, Trey Gottlich, by way of Frisco, Texas. He's a dad,
That's me.
Big dad guy. And Jeff Buege, pronounced Biggie, our honorary Mormon, coming to you from the greater Salt Lake City area. Probably likes all Elon's wives and kids and baby mamas, because that's what Mormons do. We have a lot to talk about today. I will just abbreviate some stuff for those that don't enjoy the roll call, which is no one. But the one couldn't make it today. The ones with the alpha node, the twos with the Bravo node, the 3 is in the jump. And the 4, well, he's getting his rotator cuff looked at. The 6 is currently at the 3rd shop trying to do some sec reps. And but we do have Sergeant Major in Trash 6. Sergeant Major, you got anything for the group?
Who's sorry?
Hey, you're sorry. Okay. I'm gonna keep this real brief. Okay, just a dovetail off what the CO said. I got a couple of things I want to bring up. Okay. PME. I pulled up the tracker. Okay, my tracker. It's definitely up to date. That's for sure. Looks like we got a lot of delinquencies on the PME, EPME, RPME, joint PME. Okay, so if you got PME, okay, you need to get it done. Okay, PME is the name of the game. It is the second most important thing to this battalion, other than the trash. The trash, obviously, number 1, right? CO's intent, take care of the trash. And then intent number 2, take care of PME. And then number 3, okay, go back to the trash, all right? Because there's probably some trash that you missed because you were doing PME, and some devil dog came by and dropped an MRE heater on the deck. Okay, not the floor, the deck, all right? Because naval traditions, okay, that's good to go. And we're just going to keep police calling, okay? I think...
Sergeant Major, is there anything on your mind right now that if you do it or don't do it, the answer is you're wrong? And maybe give an example to the listeners like, hey, if you haven't done X, you're wrong.
Okay.
Or if you're doing X, you're wrong. But it's always 1 + 1, you're wrong.
Okay. Very well. Understood, sir. Understood. I got your guidance. I got your intent. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to press forward to that last 100 yards, close the gap with the enemy, close with and destroy. Okay. If you're not doing your PME, you're wrong. Okay. If you're out there and you're walking by the freaking daggone the parade deck, okay, you're doing your 30-inch step, all right, stepping off with the left foot, okay, yeah, I was a hat, yeah, we did drill, okay, I know a thing or two, okay, and you see a piece of trash on the deck and you do not stop and pick it up, you're wrong, exactly, you're wrong, okay, I just want to see people out there doing their PME while they're picking up trash.
Hey, Sergeant Major, you're not wrong. We appreciate all you do. You add so much to the lethality of this warfighting organization. Yeah, you're a legend amongst giants.
Who would talk warming layers in the field? Is that Sergeant Major?
Man, warming layers in the field. It's so funny to me. This is all just hot, fresh takes from my buddy. But it's it's cold. And, there's a lot of things that, I'm real big. My buddy is hey, you're cold, put on warming layers. When the sun does come up, you have to take the warming layers off, or you're not going to be able to get warm later. But they're I don't want to talk to ninjas. I'm not a ninja talking guy. I really don't like when you're wearing 16 layers and it's 55 degrees in the middle of the day. But if there's one thing that I maybe have conceded in my old age, I'm not old, but in my old Marine Corps, long in the tooth age, when it was really cold here, like in the 20s. I'm like, I'm not going to fight beanies under Kevlars. Like, I'm just fighting wearing Kevlars. Like, I'm not going to fight it. I'm just not. And I knew it was wrong. And I posted a photo even, and some prior Marines that served with us were like, whoa, sir, you've gone soft. Look at those beanies under Kevlars. And I was like, if you only knew how much it drives me insane, but I got so many other things to work on that I'm not going to worry about it. And that 8999 old came out and he said, hey, that old Godfather battery, they're shooting and a pooping and a saluting better than most of our active duty batteries. But hot damn, they got a lot of beanies under them Kevlars. I want you to police that trash. But he didn't tell me. He told my 8999. I said, oh, good. I get what I want. I don't even have to do it. So hope you got your freaking dang ear warmers because y'all about to be cold.
Ooh. That's good to go.
Anyway,
that's good trash.
That's good to go. Secure the trash. That was the 89.99. Trey, got anything before we just move into regular topics?
I just took over as the new fro.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my.
I think they call it a DPC now.
That's done. That doesn't really have the same ring as a fro.
Yeah,
No.
fro is a family readiness officer. A DPC. What is
dependent?
it? Oh, no, never mind. No, a dependopotamus. No, I'm kidding. Deployment readiness coordinator, formerly known as the family readiness officer, FRO.
My.
The DRC is the face of the commander's vision for the unit, personal and family readiness program, also known as the UFFRP or UPFRP.
Is that in? Are you reading this off One TAC 3 MCDP?
No, that's
doctrine,
MCDP 494969690420.
Oh, okay. Gotcha,
Family readiness in the maneuver. Yeah.
DPC is
Family readiness in the offense.
I just figured since I just had a new kid, I'd just be the new fro.
to the FDO down range.
Yeah.
Fros are much underappreciated. They're civilian contractors that get paid very well, that don't answer to anyone, so they can come and go as they please. They get their own parking spot.
Yep.
They get their own office. They decide what units get money based off how nice people are to them. They also have a lot of control over the signage in the building as you
Is all this accurate? Are you making this up?
No, this is 100% accurate. The part where I said they're under appreciated was
that was made up.
Inaccurate.
Gotcha. Okay.
Everything else, they
Straight
just
from the pub.
the units in the field for 6 weeks. Why would I come to work? And hey, I think we got to talk Musk, and I think it's a good transition into Musk. But man, sometimes I just start thinking about things, and I'm like, brother, if DOGE came here, you would not exist.
I can't wait.
We would just find like a new mom whose husband's deploying that actually like cares about people and be like, you're the DRC and the FRO. And you're going to do it for free because like you want your husband to come back or whatever the case is. Big DPC.
Dark.
This is all from my buddy. This is no personal opinions given. Yeah. But man, the FRO, man, you want to hear about a good life? There's a 6-week service level training exercise going on, and there's a civilian contractor whose job is to be there when the Marines are in the battalion and they're not going to be there for 6 weeks. Like, I want that job.
6-week vacation.
It's nice for me because it's like, whoa, whenever I'm there, there's a parking spot that I'm just going to take.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm the DPC. I've just told them that means the, I'm a little slow on the cuff today.
Deploying
DPC.
reserve commander.
Deploying position commander. I'm the DPC. I'm the deploying position commander. Yeah, DPC.
I remember in 511, I would always park in the FRO spot, and then she would come in whenever she would come
randomly
in and
just
get mad.
Totally randomly.
And get upset. And then she'd be like, hey, Troy, you parked to my spot again. I'm like, oh, my bad. And then it was just, I would continue to do it. So
I'd always park in the chaplain spot. And then she would get mad. And I'd be like, well, my dad's a pastor. And she'd be like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm like, grace through faith. Faith alone, grace alone. Am I right? And she's like, well, yeah, but my parking spot. I'm like, well, it's all God's.
Yeah.
It's technically God's parking spot.
Let's sit down, be humble. Yeah.
Hey, Kendrick. Woo, what a Super Bowl. So much to talk about.
Hey, what's you keep bringing up Elon. What's going on with Elon?
So in summary, he's an autistic genius.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know. No,
I don't need the whole story.
Yesterday on Valentine's
electric
Day,
vehicles.
Yeah. Have you heard of SpaceX, Trey? Yesterday, Ashley St. Clair, who is like a 20-something-year-old like MAGA head on X. Well, I guess she technically also exists outside of X, which we now have proof of. Posts like, I gave birth to Elon's 13th child 5 months ago and wasn't going to talk about it. But because the media is so ruthless or whatever, and she's also a ruthless media person, like I now have to say, like, I'm like, this is my kid, whatever. And like, please give me privacy and like secrecy, whatever. And
it's the best way to go about it.
Yeah, the best way to go about it. Yeah. And it was just funny because Elon does have 13 kids. I mean, this, like, I don't have a DNA test that it's real, but like watching the news today, it's definitely real. And I think it's through 4 or maybe 5 women. And I just thought, oh, you saw him post a photo with whatever wife and those 2 kids on Valentine's Day, and you got jealous and you were like, because of privacy reasons, I now have to let this out. No, it's just funny and interesting how far we've come as a nation, where it's like, and Elon's just like, yeah, I told you we had a declining population issue. I'm doing my part. Anyway, we should get rid of USAID.
I wonder if that girl's like, she like pregnancy test positive, and she goes, jackpot, got him.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, 100%, like 100%, richest man in the world.
Yeah,
and she's like, got him.
Yeah, it was great. Go ahead, Jeff.
It didn't have little like blue lines. It was just like a dollar sign popped up.
It was a T. It was a Tesla T.
There was a great tweet today by an account that my buddy knows called Investment Hulk on X, and it says, you all realize in 30 years there will be a small legion of cyborg genius Elon offspring, all worth $250 billion each, right? And I was like, yeah, that's true.
Sounds about right.
Anyway, it's your Musk update.
I will say I've never seen, I think it's absolutely crazy. So on X, I've been following that DOGE, and they just post just like their policy and like the things they're doing, which one, I don't know what, they could just be posting stuff. I don't know if it's 100% accurate. I would assume it is, but like that, just how fast they're going is like blowing my mind.
So I actually am curious on Jeff's thoughts on this, but like, I believe all of it. And I don't believe everything like in right wing or left wing propaganda. I'm usually a skeptic. But just because like I've worked in government, and that's like for the Bush administration back in the day, for the EPA for a little while, and then like now in the Marine Corps. I mean, it's like when we talk IR chem lights and like all this stuff and like ServMart, I believe all of it. I'm like, oh, we're totally like wasting money on all of this. But it is insane. I was saying to some guys the other day, I was like, the best thing ever would be to like wipe $1 trillion worth of spending, and then Elon to like fire himself and be like, and now I need to fire myself because I fixed everything. See you later. But yeah, no, it is wild. But I don't always think it's a scam, although there is a lot of scams. It's incompetence. Like that is generally what it's incompetence. And it's not malicious incompetence. It's just
straight up incompetence. Yeah. I watched that Jon Stewart interview where he was talking to a lady who works in the DOD.
Is Jon Stewart, is that the guy from Mad Men with like known to kind of be renowned or endowed, not renowned, but also renowned for the. That's it.
Yeah.
John Hamm.
His brother, Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart.
Yeah. interviewing somebody at DOT, and she was like trying to defend how DOD never passes like an audit.
Yeah.
And he's like, and she's like, yeah, no, they're just not built that way. Or she was saying something along those lines. And she goes, what would you call that? And he's like, I would call that
Government.
waste, fraudulent waste and abuse.
Gross.
She's like, well, we just have a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I can't wait. Because he's about to set his sights on the DOD, and just I think that this stuff's just going to get shredded. And
then just like 5 dorks that's like working for him.
Well, no, I did see an interview today. So it started with 12 dorks, and then it went to 25. I think it's 100 dorks now.
Okay.
And they have I legitimately, to show you my IQ, I genuinely don't know. I think the requirement is you have to have an IQ of 170.
Jeez.
Is that really high?
I think that's really
I didn't even know it went that high. Yeah.
Like put it like equate it to a PFT. A 300 is a perfect IQ. Is like a 170 a first class, or is a 170 like a 292?
I think that's like a 292. I think like a 140.
I feel like
I think like a 140 IQ is pretty high. I don't know why I have that number in my head.
Because that's what Jeff's IQ is.
No, it's definitely not.
Have you taken an IQ test?
I don't think so.
Like, what questions did they ask?
That's what I want. Like, is this?
Like, I have no idea. I've never.
What shape is this? That's what I'm imagining. But
I'm so dumb that no one's ever even bothered to like.
No,
give me one.
yeah, they're like, oh, we
don't
need to know what it is. It's a range.
We have a general idea.
We have a general range, and we're pretty satisfied with that, and we don't need to worry about this guy. Good.
We're pretty good with these little meat eater over there.
Yeah, you're good. Like, we don't think you're an idiot, but we're not. You're not going to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But so
is that a Sling Blade reference?
Mine, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just dealing with a couple texts in regards to government.
Oh, I thought you were looking at your IQ.
Yeah. No, I just looked it up. I'm a 169. Just missed it. Bummer.
Dang.
But I like hearing that DOGE is like, it started at just 12, and then, it ballooned up to 25, and now it's at like 100. And it's like, they are also a victim to their, their government agency is ballooning quickly out of control. But no.
Are those guys getting paid?
I don't know. Probably not. It's probably a great resume bullet.
Oh yeah, they're getting paid. No, I actually looked at the application because it came up, and it was like, I mean, it kind of made sense. I saw it and I was like, well, this is dumb. And I was like, oh, the Department of Government Efficiency, and it said, tell us 3 things like why you're a highly productive individual and should work here. And you had like 64 characters or something. Like, it was like something crazy. And I was like, well, I guess that makes sense. Like, if you can't be efficient as to why you should work here, then you can't work here. It's weird. It's weird. And I love the Marine Corps, and I love the DOD, and I love the United States of America, but there's definitely a lot of waste out there. You can be a left winger and like this podcast. We love that. But I'm going to tell you, left or right, center, middle, whatever you call yourself, we wasted so much money,
dude.
And you may not like the person or whoever's doing it, but you should be happy. Like, it should put more money in your pocket, and I think it.
I hope so.
I think it will. Yeah,
and
I hope so.
Speaking of just wasted money, and I guess I don't know, but you see, Fort Liberty is going back to Fort Bragg, but it's a different Bragg.
Yeah, it was
not
genius.
I know. I loved it, but I'm like, the sign guy in Fayetteville, North Carolina is just like, yes, another huge payday. That's so many signs. That base is massive. I just made all the Fort Liberty signs. The ink is just drying on those, and now I got to make more Fort Bragg signs because we threw all those old ones away. We can't just reuse those. But yeah. Good stuff.
Good stuff. All right. That's enough government talk.
The government. Am I right?
That was pretty efficient talk, though.
Very efficient.
Let's talk sports.
I'm
gonna do a little refresh right now. Did USA win the hockey game?
They were up 2-1 last time I checked.
3-1. Four nations.
You see, like 3 fights broke out in like
in the first
seconds.
9 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did see. So I was a little busy, but I got some texts like, because there's a lot of Bruins on the USA team and then Marchand, longtime Bruins captains on the Canada team, which is why I posted that in Slack because I was confused because I saw a news alert like coming in and out of service that said like Marchand goes to Canada. And I was like, no, please don't tell me what the Maple Leafs. And but he wasn't. He's just like on this Four Nations thing. He's playing for Canada. But someone was like, McAvoy, like fight. And then I tuned in for a minute between the second and third period. And I guess a hockey announcer was like, you don't want to miss the first 10 minutes of this game. And then they play that. And they're like, what you mean is the first 10 seconds. And there was 3 fights in like 10 seconds. And hockey, the last great bastion. It's the final frontier.
Has there always been bad blood between those two teams, or is it more of just like recent?
Between Canada and America?
Well, like hockey-wise.
Well, it's not.
It's pretty heated.
I mean, yeah, it's really heated, but it's not. I'm not insulting you, Trey, but this is like I don't know how to talk to it in soccer reference, but this is like where teams from the NHL all go play for other teams for a tournament. So
yeah, so it's like
can I say it's like the World Cup, Jeff?
Like a little mini World Cup, right? Because it's just 4 teams, right?
Yeah, it's just 4. It's kind of like 6 nations in rugby, but I just mean like, yes, in general, like any Canadian team that plays an American team, there's always like bad blood, and so now you like put that on steroids.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and they played each other a couple times, right? Like the Olympic finals, like gold medal matches that have been like crazy epic games. So yeah, there's been, I think, especially recent history between the two teams of like some pretty like epic high stakes games.
All right, so USA beats Canada. Woo, do we have any other sports stuffs? I had 3 talk, but
one other sports topic. Number 1 and number 2 in men's college basketball played each other today. Auburn was victorious over Alabama at Alabama.
Dude, they're so good.
Dude, it was a fun game. Auburn, I guess, led the entire game. Alabama tied it up once, but it was like a close game right there in like the last, 7 minutes. It was pretty good. Yeah, very entertaining game. Love it. Love seeing sad Alabama fans.
Did you see the Auburn? I think it was a baseball player. His mom had died, and then he played.
Oh yeah, today, yeah.
Was that today or yesterday?
There was some big game. Like I saw some post.
His mom died, and he hit the home run.
Yeah, I saw some post.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Like the stadium going nuts,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let
me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, that's pretty wild. But yeah, love it. And then this is a new thing where like they're like now like publishing like the early like bracket, and I'm seeing that they're like putting out like the one like each region's like 1 through 4 seed, and I'm like, I don't remember this being a thing previously.
I thought they always,
and I'm like,
it's just a projected bracket though, right?
Yeah. But I'm like, oh, but we're like seeding them, and I'm like, this is just so like this is going to change,
dude. That's
100%.
I think that's the equivalent of them trying to do the college football playoff. You know, where they talk about it like in the like October,
6 weeks out,
like,
and you're like,
yeah,
you have no idea.
Like you still got to play the conference championship and whatnot.
Yeah, but yeah, Auburn looks good.
Hey. Big game tomorrow, women's basketball. I assume that's what we're talking about. South Carolina versus UConn, number 4 versus number 7.
So they lost to the Longhorns.
UConn?
No, South Carolina.
Did they get a second loss? Now I gotta look it up.
Or was that their first loss?
No, I feel like they lost one Sunday. So yeah, that's right. They did lose Longhorns 23-2. Yeah,
that's pretty.
So they're playing UConn 23-3.
Dang, that's just a regular. That's just a regular season.
Yeah,
game,
Texas number 3. Yeah, 25-2. Yeah, just a regular team now, just not winning every game. Man. What else we got on the agenda? 3. Let's talk. Cops.
Okay, yeah, cops. Well, I guess the current ops would be How's Grant's buddy doing out there in the high desert? What's been going on? What's new?
Oh man, he's fighting the war against the Centralians. Oof. And it's going good out here. Coming up to a wind down of the service level training exercise. So been doing a lot of live fire, a lot of fire and maneuver, and going into. Have any of you guys done? And I think the answer is no, but maybe Jeff, an MWX, like a force on force war.
Not with the Marine Corps.
Yeah. So you probably done with other stuff. What was the stuff called in TBS when we wore like the laser tag?
Oh man, like
ITIDs?
Like I think they call it like DITS gear or something like that.
Yeah. So they have a new one, and it's actually like really good now. And so, we're about to do a big like force on force. And I say force on force, I mean like a lot of Marines against a lot of Marines. There's like can't bring your phone. They actually like do a sweep, to triangulate signal. And so we're out there. So we're getting ready to go into like can't say how long the evolution is because obviously we're going to stuff artillery down their throats and be done in 12 hours. But so you wear all the kit and the gear and, if air attacks you or arty or whatever, like your stuff goes off and you got to go to like the zombie fob and like whatever you have on you is like what you have. And it's kind of interesting and it's it's a pretty big deal. And it's actually like really fun because you're actually going, I mean, I say it's really fun. The planning for it's been really fun because you're going against a thinking enemy and stuff. And so, so we're getting ready to do that. So I'll be out. That's why we're recording a little bit early because we wanted to bring you an episode because we really want to get to 6-9 and then we're going to end the podcast.
Hey.
And then we're going to start back when we would be at episode 0420.
Nice.
So, so that's why we're recording early.
Blaze it.
Blazing.
It's like 3 years from now.
I mean, did you say 30 or 3?
3.
Longer than that, right?
Hey man, don't ask Marines to do math in public. Something like that, maybe 5 years.
6 years.
But
7.
So doing that. So winding down, getting some more training done, getting ready to cross the LD, ready to go to Panama, Greenland, whatever they need us.
Canada.
A lot of trash talk though. Like let's not get too focused on potential enemy threats. We still cover the trash.
Yep. Number one.
I was in the laundromat today.
Ooh.
And it was kind of an interesting, I just like took a moment, because you go in and it's like, I don't know, you go to college and most kids in college don't have a lot of money. That was me. And, I went to a military college, just a little bit different, but it's like, I don't have money. I need to do laundry. You have to like go somewhere. You have to like stare and look at the machine. And like everyone else there's like kind of in the same position socioeconomically of like, I don't have a house with a laundromat. And then, you graduate college and you get a house and you have a washer and a dryer, or, stuff changed in your life. And I've had times as an adult where I needed a laundromat. But it's interesting in the Marine Corps. It's like all of a sudden you kind of feel like you're 18 again. And it's like everyone's even at the laundromat.
Yeah.
So it's, hey, we're getting ready to go to the field and we're getting ready to go for a long period of time. And we just came out of the field, right? So you're out of the field for like 48 hours. And then, but everyone's still working during the day, despite my disparaging of efficiency, but they are. And so there's like pockets of time where you're like, well, I could end up at the laundromat at 2300, but I don't want that. So I'm going to go now. And so you go and like you're in there and you're like buying detergent from like the dispenser because you didn't have it beforehand. And you're like, literally today, I'm doing laundry. Like to my right, there's like 4 Lance Corporals. I go to use the change machine. It doesn't work. And so some captain who's a pilot is like, hey, sir, because I'm wearing my major gear, is like, here, I got extra quarters. And he hands me $2 to like get the water. I'm like, no. Like, he's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay, great. And I look down, he's got a big gold ring with a star on the side. I'm like, oh, Citadel? He's like, nah, A&M. And I wanted to be like, whoop, whoop, farmers fight. But I was just like, hey, gig 'em. And he's like, gig 'em. So I got my laundry going. Then I went next door and like bought a energy drink just so I could get change. I gave the guys $2 back. But then you're like, okay, now I have to wait 39 minutes. So then I come in back to go to the dryer. And so we are at war. So like some people are wearing deserts, some people are wearing woodlands. And there's like 2 lieutenant colonels and they're like washing their underwear just like me. And it's just kind of funny how like there's like basic human needs that like regardless of rank or socioeconomic status, like in the Marine Corps, that everything's just level set. And everyone's just like, yep, want clean underwear and socks to go to the field for 6 days. So yeah, I did kind of think that was funny today. There was even a colonel in there washing his stuff. And then like everyone's just sitting next to each other, like, here we are doing laundry, literally like next to a gas station. So yeah, kind of funny.
Do they still have the, I might be misremembering that or remembering this wrong. There's like a big, I don't know if it was a tractor trailer, but it had like washers and dryers and it would come to your position in the field. Do you remember this?
I've never seen that. I could see that existing, but I've never seen it.
Oh, I feel like it was when I was with headquarters and I feel like they came to like headquarters and they were like trying to get some training. And so they brought this thing out and I feel like they would come out and they would just like, you would just go wash your stuff. You throw it in a bag, write your name on it, and they would bring it back.
I haven't seen that.
You've never seen this?
I've just seen the Army do that.
Yeah,
but I haven't.
Friggin' Pogues,
dude.
Pogues.
I don't think I've seen that, but I bet it exists. But I'm sure that trailer now is just like you probably saw it the only time it ever worked, and then it broke,
I know.
And then it's like, well, it's been in maintenance for the part. It's on order, and then it got shipped to the wrong logistics depot, and then the company that makes them they went bankrupt, and it was the only company that made that part. So now that trailer is just sitting in the Dermo lot.
They came out for I think it was during Steel Night when I did it, and it like. I don't know. It was like towards the end of the exercise. So you were dirty. I'm like, put on clean camis after like, 5-6 days of wearing the same thing. I'm like, dude, that makes a big difference.
You feel like a different person.
It's a totally like, it's crazy. Cause whenever I look and you don't always know how many days something's going to go, but there was one iteration here where it was 8 days and it was like day 5, I changed. And I was like talking to the Marines, my vehicle. I'm like, you guys should change your frog gear. And they're like, oh, but sir, like that's like a lot of work. That means I need to take my underwear off. I'm like, have you not like taken your underwear off? And like, you change that every day.
Animal.
But you put on fresh camis. There's like still a little dryer sheet smell, and you're just like, oh, I'm a new man. Yeah.
Oh, dude,
big fan.
It's so
I'm
nice.
a big fan of fresh undies and clean drawers.
Oh yeah.
Darn Tough Socks, Vermont, lifetime warranty. Just throwing them out there, potential sponsors. Speaking of sponsors, we haven't talked sponsors. It is tax season. It is February 15th, which means that you have 2 months to get your taxes done. There's no one we recommend more than BW Tax. If you're a Marine and you're taking a piss and you're reading about the thrift savings plan, don't listen to those guys. Call BW Tax. He can help you with it all. It doesn't matter where you live. He can help you out. We appreciate BW. He still keeps lights on, keeps the checks rolling. And a lot of times he just increases the check amount because he says, why would I let another sponsor in here when I can be the primary? We'll talk about our secondary sponsor here shortly. But I will say, as tax season has come on, I have gotten multiple screenshots from our good friend BW of people saying, first time caller, long time listener, but it's tax season. And here's what I want to say to our listeners. You're better than that. Don't wait until February 15th. BW is going to serve you. He's going to get you fixed up, but you should have called earlier. We don't promote many people. We could. The amount of potential sponsors it's insane.
It's ridiculous.
We could be throwing you crazy businesses, but we throw you one. And I like you. Thank you for subscribing to YouTube. Thanks for leaving a comment on Spotify. But the fact that you waited to February is it's a travesty. And the only thing worse would be waiting to March. So call BW now, bwtexllc.com.
Dag gum.
Brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah.
Oh, BW.
I had a good conversation with him this week. Yeah.
Okay.
Gum.
So we got the update on Grant's buddy. So that covers cops. And then moving into, I guess we call this FOPS. Well, we got one more cops item, maybe. Let me see. Dick Wolf. Dick, I'm assuming you're referring to the Law and Order guy.
Law and Order guy?
Dick Wolf. Well, let me let you guys go first. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. From the halls of the mountains.
Okay.
I thought we were doing Law and Order theme song.
Oh, that's Lord of the Rings. My bad.
That's also Dick Wolf. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know. We've been watching a lot of SVU in our household lately.
Ooh, you have? Okay, good.
Yeah. I mean, Law and Order just like
classic.
I've definitely gone through like phases where it's literally always on, so it's like one of those very dependable shows, and it's just a good show from like old episodes, new episodes, regular Law and Order, SVU, Criminal Intent. I think is the weakest of the three, but still,
is that
I
the
think
one with the guy with the like lazy eye or the glass eye.
Yeah. Still watchable and good in a pinch, but I think SVU or just good old classic Law and Order. I'm all about it.
They for sure have a formula.
Oh yeah.
I see. SVU's nice.
That, Trey, have you had a time in your life where you watched a lot of Olivia and what's my Marine buddy's name? The former Marine in the show. It's like with an E. It's not Epstein. He's on an island.
It's Elliot Stabler.
Elliot Stabler. Epstein, Elliot Stabler. I was like right on track. My little that works.
First of all, Elliot Stabler. He might also have an island. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. If you're in Hollywood, you're probably on an island. Elliot Stabler, great character.
Super Fi.
I'm a big SVU guy.
It's good. Great cast.
Always have been.
Ice-T. Love Ice-T.
Ice-T. Seriously. And it's like uncover this terrible thing that just happened in life and then make an hour. And what I also like about it is there is like a backstory going that continues. Who was the Jewish cop who died like a few years ago? Do you guys remember
the real skinny guy who was Ice-T's partner.
Munch.
Munch. Love Munch.
Yeah.
Golly, Jeff is a killer on this.
We've been watching this video lately.
No, I love it.
Fresh in the brain.
So I'm basically a junior Marine, live in the barracks. I got a hot plate, 2 pounds of deli meat turkey in my fridge.
Oh my God.
And I'm living that life. And so at night, it's like, well, I got to watch something, and I got Boingo Wi-Fi, and they're making a killing. And I saw a show called FBI, and so I put it on. But I'll be honest, by the time I put it on, I'm like looking to go to sleep. So it plays, and like what I like about shows like SVU is like you watch them. If you don't pay attention for 10 minutes, you start watching again. You still know what's going on, so you can text the wife, whatever it is. And this FBI show, though, I'm kind of sucked into. I'm like, man, this is pretty good. And I watch a second episode and a third, and I go to bed. And the next day, I'm like, I'm just going to put that FBI show on. Like when I want to wind down, I'm 4th episode, 5th episode. I go to bed, fall asleep halfway through 5. Next day, I'm like, I'll just start at number 6. And then I'm watching like episode 7, and they like got me like on the storyline. And then it ends, and it's like, FBI. Dick Wolf. And I was like, a legend. Like here he is with a new show.
Just
I think it's on Apple TV. Maybe it's played somewhere else, but
okay.
Everyone wants to talk about Tyler Sheridan and all his shows. Like, brother, I'm an old school. I like Dick Wolf.
Let me tell you about my boy Dick Wolf.
Let me tell you about my boy Dick.
FBI. There's an old TV show called FBI. Like from back in the 70s, 60s, 70s.
I believe that. Is that called Matlock?
No, I think
Murder She Wrote.
FBI. First of all, 2 great shows.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
You give me Andy Griffith going out just like Putting people in jail? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Andy Griffith, like comedy show with Otis and Barney. And then he's like, you want to see this? You guys think I'm 70? Watch this. Matlock.
Boom.
Phenomenal.
Dude, let's see. Columbo. Did you ever watch Columbo?
No, but that's funny you bring that up because my brother-in-law, A&M grad is always like, hey, Columbo. It's like what he calls his boys. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I'm talking about whoop, whoop, farmers. We're going to kick the ever-living detectiveness out of you, Columbo. And I'm like, what? And he really loves Columbo.
It's a good show.
Yeah. Gig him.
You just ruined it for me, but yeah.
An A&M captain gave me $2 today when I was in need. I'm pro Aggies right now. I've always wanted to saw varsity's horns off. Gig them.
I love it. Dang.
What else we got on the
Dick
slide
Wolf,
deck?
what a legend. I got
Wolf.
the last two topics here. I think we can roll them into FOPs or like sort of FOPs. But the Arnold, you put that in there. I don't know what you want to talk about for it, but it's going to be going on this year.
We get a lot of our good friend Connor. What would you call Connor, Jeff?
Big Connor.
Connor is a coach. Oh, definitely a good dude. Definitely big time.
Trey, could you verify that?
Yeah, no, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's
good dude.
Good dude. And he's not from the South.
Good dude. Better at coaching, though.
Good dude. Better at coaching. Yeah.
Better at coaching.
No, so Connor, if you're interacting with Strength Co Instagram, whose podcast is, can you verify that, Trey? Are we still powered by the Strength Co?
According to that sign behind you, I believe that's verified.
Okay, yeah, verified.
Oh, yep. And mug. Yep, verified.
Yep. Connor runs the Instagram, and man, he sends me a lot of screenshots that I get 4 days later when I'm leaving Blacktop that are like, will you guys be at the Arnold? So I don't know that all our Arnold fans listen to the OK podcast, but I know that our true fans listen to the OK podcast, like our Massonomics buddies who we haven't talked about on the show in a while. And no, we won't be at the Arnold. We'd love to be at the Arnold, but there's an FDO downrange. If there's an FDO downrange, we support the troops. We always have. We always will. And so, support the troops. If you're not watching us on YouTube, we're doing a hand salute. Cut. Ready to. We support the troops. So we're not going to be there this year. A lot of people have asked. A lot of aspiring deadlifters want to get on that platform. I get it. It's the biggest show in town. Some people like World's Strongest Man from the 90s. Other people like the Strength Co deadlift booth. And I get it. It's the biggest show in town. It's better than any cage by hyenas or whatever they're calling it these days. Those things come and go. Strength Co lasts forever. We only don't show up when we're in combat, and we're in combat. So we won't be there. But the Massonomics guys will be. And we just want to say that's why we're not there. But we appreciate your support. Tag us. Tell us you missed the Strength Co. May have a little signage there. If it all works out, that you can go take your photo in front of, or maybe you just wear a t-shirt from last year and be like, where's the Strength Co and my free shirt? We've been known to give out 6,000 shirts a year. But yeah, it won't be at the Arnold, but I did think about it. My mind's been so into war fighting. I haven't thought about it. And I was like, man, it is like mid-Feb. For the last 3 years. I'm like usually neck deep in like Arnold prep, and both of you guys had to come last year. So,
I had a good time.
Yeah,
it's great
fun.
Time. It's
we were
just slinging shirts,
just wearing hats and slinging shirts.
I was giving deals out. I didn't know if it was authorized.
Hey, when you sell 500 shirts, it's authorized.
Yeah. Beg forgiveness and ask for permission.
That's my philosophy.
Yeah, they did post. Arnold Sports posted a photo of like Arnold walking down the red carpet, which is taken every year. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like we're special. But because for the last 3 years we've been in there, I was like, oh, that was like right before we walked into our booth. And you could see Strength Co nowhere, but I knew.
The real fans knew.
Yeah, we won't be there this year, but I hope it's a great year for everyone that goes. Go see our friends Massonomics. I don't know where they are on the floor,
Actually,
but I know they're.
I hope it's a terrible year since we're not there.
Well, but we have friends there.
Well, I hope it's,
for everyone but Massonomics. I hope it's just like
Huck
it's
Finn.
okay. And Huck Finn.
And Barefoot.
Barefoot. Okay, they're the next topic.
That's it. Everyone else be terrible.
Everyone else, like, just have an okay year. Just okay.
Jocko, is Jocko going to be there
It's
again?
okay. Jocko, he's
Jocko.
okay.
Yeah, Jocko.
Navy SEAL.
Jocko.
Couldn't get in the Marine Corps, so he became a Navy SEAL. Okay.
Yeah, I
Dork.
get it.
He's
I
probably
get
on
it.
Doge. Dork.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah.
I know his IQ's not 140.
Yeah, so that's the
Which I
Arnold.
don't know. It might be.
That's the Arnold.
Arnold, hey,
As
that's the
Massonomics
Arnold.
guys like to say, we want to plug Massonomics right now, so you go see him. That's the Arnold. We won't be there. I mean, I don't assume you guys are going out there on your own, are you?
I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
I feel like once you've gone with someone that owns a booth, or even not to like,
no.
not to humble brag, but like with a sponsored booth, like there's no other way to go. Like, what do you want me to do? Wait in a line?
Heck
No, I want to get in
that.
there an hour early, drink coffee, like have a cooler somewhere. So yeah, we won't be there. Hopefully we get some tags. We'll probably post some Instagram stuff, Connor, that week to make it look like we're there. But we won't be there. But we're looking for a big 2026. I just got fun with Arnold the other day, and Robert F. Kennedy were talking about making America strong again. And yeah, we'll be back. Don't worry.
Actually, a little surprise for 2026. We'll have Dick Wolf in the booth.
Yeah.
Dick
he'll
Wolf.
Be there.
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
And I like all the Instagrams where the dogs start like, like when they hear the cops, like the Maryland dogs, you know, if you catch my drift. Yeah, we won't be at the Arnold.
But speaking of people that will be the Arnold, Barefoot Shoes is going to be at the Arnold, and you put that topic.
Yeah,
in
Barefoot
the
Shoes.
Slack.
I want to talk a little bit about Barefoot Shoes. They don't
love it.
sponsor. They would love to, but we do sell their deadlift shoes. The ones that I like, they get a lot of shoes. I put one on the site, Ursus with the gum sole. Great shoe. I've been wearing a little bit in the green on green. Been getting some comments like, hey, what shoes are those? Super flat, minimalist shoe. I'm a fan, and I like usually just tell people like the Rippito inside me, hey, buy one pair of lifting shoes. They're squat shoes, do everything. They're flat and non-compressible. But I have really enjoyed deadlifting in those or pressing in those, even running in those. I've been getting back on my sled life and, pushing some prowlers and stuff. And they're great shoes. And they've also, when you're getting ready to go on a boat for 6 months, you need minimalist packing.
That's true.
And I'm a fan. So if you asked about my shoes, you're interested in my shoes, you could buy them at Barefoot Shoes. I'll promote them. They're our friends from North Dakota. But you can also just buy them from the Strength Co. And then this keeps the lights on in this podcast. Take some pressure off of BW. But yeah, no. I do like... I'll be 100% honest, as Marines always say. Sir, to be honest, I hope you're always honest. Well, but I'm not usually. So now, but no, like their first versions that I had, I didn't think were like very aesthetically pleasing. But the ones I wear now, I'm not saying I'm going to get invited to a Diddy party, but they're decent. Right? They're just like a flat, minimalist, wide toe box shoe. And I'm a fan. So go to the www.strength.co, click on the apparel page and more, go to the end, and you'll see those shoes there. And we just added their awesome wraps to the store. So wrist wraps that you can use for like pressing and benching and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I see what you did there.
Great. That concludes the slide deck.
Real quick, this is Trash 6.
Oh yeah, go ahead,
gentlemen. We never end a meeting early.
No, absolutely not.
I had something for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like we have to touch on. Did Kanye West lose his mind again? Did y'all hear about this?
Yeah. I think it's verified.
Wait, who?
Yeezy, yay.
Yeezy.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm from South Kakalaki.
Excuse me. We were being a little
language.
formal there with his full name.
Yeah, Kanye West. I saw that he broke up with the wife and the photo was her nude. And I was like, whoa, how is this allowed?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, free speech is back on.
Yeah. And then did you hear about his latest merch drop?
No, what did he drop?
So he had a Super Bowl commercial
Okay.
And it's basically like, hey, go to my website. You go to the website and there's one and like, or then there's a link there. But there's one thing for sale. It's a white t-shirt with a black swastika on it.
Get out of here.
It's not up anymore.
No.
They got taken down, but he was literally selling a swastika t-shirt.
His publicists must hate themselves.
Like,
Yeah.
or they're just like, you know what? He's going to do what he wants to do. He keeps paying me. I don't care what happens. He doesn't care about his image.
Wow.
Yeah.
A white shirt with a black swastika. And what's it supposed to mean?
I think he's pro-Nazi.
Yeah, he likes Hitler. He said that recently. He thinks Nazis are good. He's not a fan of the Jewish people. Right?
You know,
So he's crazy.
Yeah, he's
100% bipolar.
Yeah.
100%.
yeah. So
In
it's just
South
kind of
Carolina, we just call that emotional.
I'm pretty sure they diagnosed that in South Carolina.
No. They're just like,
Nah.
he's just going through some stuff, being a little emotional. We'll just get him some sweet tea. We'll just get him out
He
there
just
on
needs a
the
little
floor.
Jesus. He just needs a little Jesus in his life.
You know.
So the only thing so he went off the reservation a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then A&M uses the Kanye West song "Power" for their intro.
Jesus
they-
walks, God show me the way because the Longhorns ain't gonna take me down.
That's it.
Yeah.
But they so then they pulled it and they used something else, and then they brought back "Power" this year.
Ooh.
And so I'm like, well, okay, now are you going to keep it? Like, what are we going to do? It's a pretty sick intro.
They're like, damn it, guys, get the crowd fired up.
That's what all the A&M Barstool was like, come on, Kanye. Like, what are you doing? What does this mean for Power?
Oh, gosh. Uh-oh. Little
Space
Darude.
Jam?
That's why in
Still
South
salty
Carolina
from-
we just use like music with no words.
I'm still salty
It
about
is
that song.
every time I'm cruising down Twin Palms going to Lead Mountain and that wind picks up and all of a sudden you're just eating sand. I would never play any music in my Humvee, but my buddy sometimes just puts on Sandstorm and yeah, everyone likes it.
Sandstorm is a
All right,
class.
so
Class.
I wanted to talk about that. The other thing I want to talk about is I am in the middle of the Great Rat War of 2025.
Oh, yes.
So, is this your daughters?
No.
I think
I mean, you have
actual
It's
rats.
actual rodents.
Oh, you got real rodents.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
I don't think he's claiming them as
So-
independence.
you drive down like my alley or like going down the street and you see there's like tree rats that like run along the fence. Like there's a ton of them because we're like next, like they did a news article, like the news came down and like interviewed like our neighborhood because there's like a rat infestation.
Oh, Lord.
And every time, like I'll walk in my garage
In
and it'll
Texas,
be
we
like,
just call those mice.
yeah, these are rats, man. They're big. I walk out at like 10:30 at night, taking out the garbage. And then every time I walk out, like scurries across. So I'm like, okay, these suckers are going down. And I went buying some like traps off Amazon. There's like these little tiny ones. Didn't catch anything. They would just eat it, spring the trap, wouldn't do anything. So then I had to like upgrade. So I have these giant, like industrial size rat traps that use it in like office buildings.
Wait, how big's an industrial
all
size
over my
rat
garage.
trap?
So like the ones before were probably about that big, maybe 3 inches. And then
Okay.
this one is probably like
Oh, dang.
a foot and a half. And it takes like 6 D-cell batteries.
Oh, so it's like an Angrus.
So so the rat goes in there and it just shocks him to death. And I'm like, I can't wait to kill this sucker.
So you eating a lot of rat stew? Is that what you're saying?
Dude. So and Abby the conversation Abby had. So I would catch like a smaller one in the small rat trap, but it would still be alive. It wouldn't fully kill it.
Yeah.
And so then like humane thing to do is like I would take a hammer and just like little bebop on the head, right? And then just like throw it away. I'm like, he's suffering. You got to put him out of his misery. And Abby's like, that's like a serial killer like level. I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate that.
What are you gonna like?
Hey, what do you want me to do?
Euthanize them with, I don't know, whatever they do and whatever Dr. Kevorkian uses to slowly ease them into the afterlife. No,
Doctor who?
Kevorkian.
He was on Law and Order. He's on Law and Order SVU.
Sorry, I made I guess that would be a early 2000s, late 90s reference. I think it was based out of Oregon.
TV, I get it.
Or somewhere like in the Pacific Northwest, maybe he's in Canada.
Oh, is that Dr. Death?
He would do like assisted suicide, like euthanasia for like people. And that's what, and I think it's illegal a lot of places. And so he was, Dr. Death.
Dr. Death.
That being said, I'm in the midst of the Great Rat Battle, the Great Rat War 2025.
What's your kill count?
I'm up to like 4 or 5.
Oh, all right. Are you stamping the side of your squat rack with?
I just have my K-bar. I just put them on the wall. Just a little rat carcass. Stay away.
Now that would be some serial killer stuff if you like.
That would be, yeah. I don't know.
Rat blood on the wall. So maybe don't do that.
I won't do that.
Yeah.
This made me think of this.
The rat talk made you think of the song?
No, when Jeff said euthanasia, that POD song, euthanasia.
Oh, Youth of a Nation?
Nah, I'm pretty sure they're saying euthanasia.
Yeah, euthanasia. Yeah.
We
are.
Euthanasia.
Yeah.
Oh, euthanasia. That's what they meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different nation.
That's all I got. Those are my saved rounds.
No, we haven't even gotten to save rounds.
Those are
just rounds.
Talk about. Yeah.
Those are just rounds down range.
Trey, can we get a new dad update followed by a new dad lifting update?
Yeah.
Well, one's going to be longer than the other one.
I'm guessing the second one is short.
That's correct.
Okay. How's the first one?
First one's good, man. It's dude. So I would joke with Abby that this baby better get on the program because the twins are like really good sleepers, take really good naps. I'm like, this third one better be on the same program, dude. She got the memo, man.
Great with your wife right now.
Yeah. She got the memo. This baby sleeps like at night, like 5-hour stints.
No, that's pretty good.
Which is basically just like normal sleep. Yeah.
What are you like 3 weeks in?
What's today's date?
February 15th.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Wow,
2 weeks
ago.
great.
That's great.
Wow.
Back when I had a kid, it took way longer to get him to sleep longer, but that was way different. Everything's different now in the new core.
Yeah, with these new kids, yeah,
these new kids, they just do whatever you tell them.
We had a little FaceTime with Diesel today.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, she said,
man, that kid's got a head of hair.
Yep, baby's got a lot of hair. What I found is as I lose more hair, she gains it.
Hey, circular.
She needs it. She needs it more than I do.
Oh goodness.
Yeah,
That's good.
And
then your lifting update. You wanted to, I'm sure we got a lot there.
Trey.
I'm still in the process. It's in the planning mode.
Yeah.
We're planning stages of lifting.
No change.
Yeah, no change.
Oh, you're planning it. That makes sense. You got to make sure you go through.
It's going to happen.
You got to go through the full McPee. Yeah, that tracks.
No goal between. So I know we're on. You said episode 60, and we're going to 16. Okay, the goal by next week is to come up with a date or with a update.
Well, you have to lift by 6'9".
Well, yeah. No, I'll definitely. Let's go by 6'1".
Okay,
I think I should lift by 6'1".
Yeah. That's a good goal.
The youth of the nation.
Oh, I forgot. We do have some hidden slides that I forgot about. That were on the 10 February
agenda. So some
Just
slides to unhide.
Just in case the CEO asked about the hidden slides.
Yeah.
Hey, let me get a little more granularity on how long the platoon commander's been in the seat.
Yeah. Then let me see. Can I get a copy of his platoon commander notebook? Yeah, I'd like to see that because yeah.
What's the hidden slide?
We covered the rat war. We've covered. Grant, you had big balls with a Z.
Oh yeah, big balls. Some guy. I don't even know the full story.
I hope that's a license plate.
No, it's some. Yeah, seriously. No, I think it's a trailer hitch.
But
no, in South Carolina we call those truck nuts.
Nuts.
No, there was a guy, Big Balls, that was like a part of DOGE and wasn't allowed to be a part of DOGE because he had like a joke about Indians. I think dot type something, and like wasn't allowed. And then JD Vance, like Marine Corps vice president, was like, no, that was a joke. Like, here's the context. And so they brought him back. And then like people got really upset about it. And it was just funny because all these news commentators would be like, so-and-so by the name Big Balls that owns Sexy Tesla LLC. And they acted like they had never like said such terrible words in their life. And
like super offended.
Yeah. And it was just funny because it's like, do you watch TV these days? And I'm not talking about Dick Wolf, but like there's so much like terrible stuff out there that like you can't laugh at Big Balls. I'm pretty
sure Miss Rachel says that.
Ooh, you should call her and tell her that's not appropriate.
That's a kid's TV show.
Yeah, Big Balls, D's nuts. Some of my favorite sayings. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know about the hidden slides.
Yeah.
Keep
is any updates on that? The suspected chief warrant officer 5 driving that truck around. Any updates on tracking down the driver?
Yes and no. So. Have gone back to the Chow Hall, Littleton Chow Hall, PFC Littleton, Medal of Honor recipient. Everything stays the same. Teaching salutes and, everything you could possibly do. I'm the hospitality manager there, and the truck's still there. But one day I went, the truck was gone. And then I noticed that the truck was on, parked at a barracks. So what I assume is that the owner of the truck is there on base temporarily, or was just like doing something weird at the barracks. But I think that maybe they're there temporarily, but they're high ranking enough. Like maybe they're a master gunnery sergeant select that like needs to go to a school. And I don't know. I did pass the truck and tried to give some truck talk, and they didn't respond, which I was upset. Couldn't tell gender or race or anything like that could be qualifying in terms of rank. I mean, that's kind of true, but
I think I missed something.
Well, I mean, like, so my wife likes to wear my green Marine Corps sweatshirt out a lot. And for those that don't know, my wife's Mexican, and they're like, she's like, I get asked all the time if I'm a Marine. I'm like, well, yeah. You're Hispanic and you're fit and you're wearing a Marine Corps sweatshirt. And she's like, but I just tell them no. I was like, oh, just tell me you're a staff sergeant in supply and everyone will believe you. Yeah. Like, cause that's like, I mean, stereotypes are real. So no, I don't know. I am going to try. I'm going to run that to ground. I will run that to ground.
Run that to ground.
And I'll find out what's going on with that. But no, I don't know. I do see it. I did have some good truck talk though in the what was it, the Mad Max debrief. I can't even remember how it came up, but I'm sitting in a theater auditorium. I'm like kind of towards the front because I'm a commander, and I can't remember what. Someone came in and asked something if someone was in someone's parking spot. It was perfect. It was like a sergeant major, which like, why are you at a tactical debrief? But, and I'm like, what kind of truck? And they're like, well, sir, I know it's not you. I know what your big old truck is. And some like random gunnery sergeant tomorrow is like, sir, what do you drive? And I'm like, oh, just a 95 long bed Chevy extended cab with no third door and 2 cup holders instead of an airbag and a 30-gallon gas tank. He goes, does it have an American flag on the back? I'm like, it does. And he's like, oh, I've seen that truck. And I was like, oh, he's like, man, I love old trucks. We took over this house and it had a Ford Ranger 1993 in the front yard. And I was like, is it yellow? He's like, with the Jurassic Park stickers, when she gave up to me, but I knew. And I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, that thing, only thing it needed was a dead battery. And we start going. And then like a general gets up in the front and he's like, yeah, so I just bought the battery. And I'm like, we have to stop talking. There's a general talking. That was truck talk at its finest. Truck talk.
We have to stop talking.
In the South, we just call that talk. Well, we literally stood up, attention on deck, sat down, and then he kept telling me about the dead battery. I was like, now is not the time.
Chill, bro.
My brother,
chill.
please.
Chill. My brother.
I love that.
Let's see. We need to talk about Mr. Helmet. Mr. Helmet, our friend of our gridiron, green gridiron. We've never looked up to find out which one it is, but if you want a helmet, go check it out. Some people have been buying helmets, which we appreciate. We see every sale that comes through from our link. We appreciate that. So go buy your helmet. I don't care who you're a fan of. You could be an Atlanta Falcons fan. And yeah, whatever. Go buy a helmet, buy a Longhorns helmet, Trey's team, buy a Bama helmet. Jeff's team, buy Clemson helmet, my team. Go buy a helmet, keeps the lights on. Mr. Helmet, we appreciate you. We've talked about BW tax. Tax season is on us. Go get your taxes done. Get them done. You'll be happy you did. And at this part of the show, as we do every week, Trey, why don't you bring us down for a landing?
About that time, huh? All right, this has been episode 060 of the
Okay.
Podcast is always I think guidance.
Okay. It's better every time.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
As always, like to thank our sponsors, BW Tax. Good dude, better at taxes.
Sure is.
Tax season rolling around the corner. I had a conversation this week. Pointed out a lot of stuff where I can save some money, get some money back. So looking forward to getting that done. I'd like to thank our other sponsors Grant just mentioned. Helmet Guy, small helmets, big helmets, we got them all. Whatever size head you got, you can put one on it. If you look at the link below, you will see, look down. Yep, that's it right there. You will see the link to the Slack channel. Use code OK, get a little discount there. Love to talk to you about lifting. Coaches are going to be there to answer your questions on that. Love to talk about life. I'm there to answer those questions because I have it figured out. Want to be silly? Jeff's there for that. Whatever you want, we got it all. If join us on YouTube. If you are not watching that, just I don't know what's wrong with you, but give us a subscribe there, like, follow, whatever you do on YouTube. I don't know. Most importantly, go to www.theokpodcast.com. You will find all the social media links there. Give us a follow. As always, we have our social media accounts that we are all very active on.
Actually,
as you can see. Yeah, go ahead.
I think Jeff's live right now.
Oh. No, I thought he stopped that. No, he is. Look at that.
We ain't never going to stop. Hold on. Just responding to all my followers.
Yeah, go ahead and respond back. Are you on MySpace?
Yeah. Very active on there.
Top 8, baby. And then, as I forgot to mention, we are powered by the Strength Co. As you can see from the flag behind us. As always, love to thank Strength Co. Continue to make great cast iron pans. That's what it's a great pan company.
Pans and plates. Hey, pans are selling out. If you don't want a pan, now's the time.
Hey,
Coach, I missed anything?
I think that's it. Go to www.theokpodcast.com. Find all those links. Thanks for tuning in. Leave us a comment on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you next time.